Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Mary Payton with All About STEM Radio, and as you know, I come to you every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Central Time. And, today is not too hot in Texas. I don't know what this weather's doing. I think it's doing its own thing. But we're having a great day, having a great time. Now, I have to start my show off with a few things. So today, don't forget the Dr. R.W. Goins STEM Academy is having their open house tonight till 8 o'clock. I intend to stop by there after the show. That is that's here in Arlington. It's a private school, so if you're looking for somewhere to send your young men and young women, I love the school there. I was over there last week, I think, and had a great time. Also, the Arlington Museum of Art is having their children's exhibition for students here in Arlington. This week, I know they had Hill Elementary and Lamar High School, and I forget the other schools that they have there. A lot of these kids are very, very creative. Also, this month, I'm going to get that. This month we are, how do I answer this, Gary? Okay. Also, this month I am launching Taylor STEM Adventures Texas, so we should have it in the next day or so. So I'm totally excited about Monday or Tuesday. Last year, oh my goodness, hey Jennifer! I wasn't here to open the box, but this will be my first opening, and that's Taylor's Adventures Texas. It will also be on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and hopefully on Walmart online, and you can purchase it there. Also, on Saturday, I will be at the North Texas Book Festival in Denton. That's 400 Hickory Street in Denton. So if anybody wants to come out and see me and talk about the radio show or talk about the books, they can. That's going to be exciting. I'll get to meet some of the people who've been on my show. I'm excited about that because some of them I haven't gotten to meet. Also, if you would like to promote your STEM organization, STEM business, or STEM event here with All About STEM Radio, please message me through Facebook or contact me at allaboutstemradio@gmail.com and let me know. And so that's all my little startup. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do good. Gary tells me I have to act like a grown-up. But then he laughs. We wear the same tennis shoes. We got to wear our Converse. But anyway, hello. My guests today are from the College of Wooster in Ohio. I'm looking at these faces. Y'all are just smiling and everything.
Yeah.
But today we have the College of Wooster Minorities in STEM. And I have to tell y'all how, it's got to be one of my babies involved. How I got started and knowing this group of people is through Jennifer, who was one of my students at Northside High School. She's waving. And somebody just opened their mouth. Who's that back there? Anyway. And I want to talk to them and find out and it's all ladies today. And I know there's some guys in the group too, but they're all ladies today, but that's great. That's wonderful. I'm so excited. So you can start how you want to. I want you to introduce yourselves and tell us what your major is and what year at the university you are.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Jennifer, and I've been on here before, so hi again. I'm a senior biochemistry major, and yeah, good to be here.
Hi, my name is Marissa. I am a sophomore cognitive and behavioral neuroscience major.
What? Oh, you don't ask her the question. Okay, next.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm a biochemistry major at the college, and I'm a sophomore.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Pragya, and I'm a math major, and I'm a freshman.
Outstanding.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm a freshman neuroscience major.
Okay.
Hi, I'm also Emma. I'm also Emma. I'm a first year, and I'm a projected cognitive behavioral neuroscience major as well.
Wow.
Hi, I'm a light, and I'm a math major.
Ooh. You know what? I'm listening to these majors. Y'all are like awesome. Awesome. Back in the day when I went to college, we won't say how long ago that was. They didn't have all these different branches. If you were a biology major, you were a biology major, and then you branched off into something else as it came up. If you were a math major, you were just a math major. You were either pre-med or research or something like that. So to have the changes in education that put y'all in these fields is phenomenal. But what I'd like to know is tell me a little bit about the Minorities in STEM organization there at the College of Wooster.
Yeah, we'll tell you a little bit about it. So Minorities in STEM is an organization that we started over a year ago. We started this conversation at a Justice Dialogue during MLK Junior celebration at our school. Basically, we wanted to understand why so many students of color, women, people who are a part of the queer community, etc., were not being seen in upper level STEM courses. So you would see a lot of them in introductory STEM courses, but as you would get into those upper level courses, you wouldn't see as much as a retention rate as their other peers. And so we wanted to ask the question, why was this happening? What are your experiences on campus? How can we help you? How can professors get involved? And how can we bridge that gap between professors and students' relationships? And how can we establish a safe community for people to come to and say, this is my problem, and this is what I'm facing. These are the challenges that I'm facing as a minority in STEM, as an underrepresented student. Maybe it's financial issues. You can't buy a book for a class, or maybe you don't understand a certain procedure that you're doing in lab because your high school didn't offer such courses and things like that. So just having a space where we can do mentorship, building community, and things like that for students who are underrepresented in STEM.
And that is exciting because with a lot of us being in STEM, education back in the day, either you sank or you swim. You sank or swim, because there were a lot of us who did not have those mentors or people to talk to, or people who were going through the same things that we went through. And I so enjoyed y'all coming together. So you've been together a year. About how many members do y'all have?
Ooh. We fluctuate from anywhere, on some days 8 to 30.
Yeah.
Just because everyone has these hectic schedules and we're always trying to find the right time to get together. So we get some people or sometimes other people. And so we're trying to work around everyone's schedule, but yeah, we try.
Well, you may not be able to meet like you want to, but at least you have everybody has everybody's cell phone number, and you have a line of communication that you need to have with like people, and not necessarily just people that are in your major, but other people also, because I'm quite sure some people would say, well, maybe I need to switch majors to something else. And you freshmen, I know I'm talking to y'all because, some of us change, but yet and still. Now, give me some idea of what being in this type of group has done for you. Uh-oh, they got quiet.
I can say as a first year, this group has been a great outlet for me of like finding that community, like you were saying, and really having that sense of belonging, of not being a sink or swim sort of place here at Wooster, and finding groups like this really helped me, especially last semester, of finding my place in the STEM community and feeling like I really could succeed and belong there.
Anybody else?
I have to second that. Definitely agree with Emma. This group has really like given me a place, and like it's given me like people to be able to go to and talk to if I'm having a problem in certain classes, even if they're not, necessarily the same major as me. They might still be having similar problems, or they might still be feeling the same way. So it's really nice to have like a network of people, and especially with our mentorship program, like within the group, it's really nice to feel like I always have someone like on campus to go to if I'm having a specific problem.
Okay. Anybody else?
I mean, to build off Cameron's, like, the mentorship, like, has really, as a first year, been, like, huge for me, like, having, like, someone to go to and them saying, okay, take, this bio course and take it with this professor because, like, they're going to help you the most. And so having kind of, like, a peer mentorship has been really beneficial.
Okay. Now, Gary, could you put a little song on for just a second? I want to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to take a little bit of a break because I want to move the camera because nobody can see anybody but me, and I know that I'm a great person to look at, but I want to adjust the camera so my guests can also see y'all. Okay? Don't go anywhere. So we're going to take a quick break and be right back.
Wait, why can't we see you? Let me see if I can find it. Are you just on your Facebook account? Okay. Wait, sorry. Do you want to pull it up with me? Okay. I got it. Okay. I'll take that background music. Okay. Oh, actually. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I'm sharing it on the my Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna.
Can I get from my Facebook?
Oh, you're so smart.
I need 1 more minute. On your Facebook page. There we go. Oh, look at us.
You're so funny.
There we go.
Alrighty.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, we're going back on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Mary Payton with All About STEM Radio. And as you know, I come to you every Wednesday from 6 to 7 o'clock here on the Blue Stream on Fishbowl Network. And today my guests are some of the group from the College of Wooster, Minorities in STEM. And I had Gary to adjust the camera so that we could see them. And because, looking at them, they're a force to be reckoned with. I'm so excited. But anyway, I want to continue to ask questions because that's what I do. What brought y'all to the College of Wooster as opposed to going to school in someplace else? What was there that made you go there? Jennifer, answer that question because you know
So, to be frank, a college counselor recommended I do it in the summer. She was a summer college counselor. She's like, hey, you like Wooster. It's a small little liberal arts college. I think it's a nice fit. And so I was like, okay. And so I applied thinking, yeah, it'd be my backup. Sure, whatever. But actually, I started doing a little more research, and I liked the mentored research program that they offered here. And also it helped that they gave a lot of financial aid, which was great.
Okay. Anybody else?
So I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. And so I was choosing between a big state school like University of Georgia, which has like 50,000 students in undergrad, or College of Wooster. And I personally could not do like a really big school. And I also looked more into Wooster, and I liked that we also had like the independent study and mentored undergraduate research. I like the fact that professors know your name and you're not just like another number or another face. They actually do want to get to know you and want to help you here. And I just thought it was a really cool opportunity to get to like do things that I would want to do with the help of professionals.
Okay. I like that. Anybody else?
I really like that Wooster has like really good opportunities for students. They have really good, like we have a whole center here called Apex that helps with like networking and building, finding career opportunities and finding internships. And I thought that was really important because you do want to look forward to the future after undergrad. So that was a big decision factor for me.
That's exciting. Who else? Somebody else was saying something?
Yeah, I kind of agree with all of them. So my college counselor recommended that I join Wooster because they have like really good mentor research, of course. And she knew I wanted to go into academia.
Oh.
So it's really cool. And yes, they give really good scholarships. So that helps a lot.
And that's like the second or third time finances have been brought up about going to college. College is expensive. We all know that. If you don't mind, give us a little insight into how the College of Wooster helped y'all to get financial aid. What do they have out there? Now, I know they have to have some type of criteria, GPA, your college essay, and all of that stuff. But because, some people, especially here in Texas, and Jennifer can attest to that, they will not leave the state to go to school. So what give me some feedback on searching for financial aid and stuff like that to get in college.
It's been a while since I've thought about that.
For me, they gave very generous academic merit scholarships, and that's really what I qualified for. And so extremely by far the most generous from all the schools I applied to. And then so for me, it ended up costing about, because I'm from Michigan, so I applied to University of Michigan, and it was actually cheaper for me to come here than an in-state school. So
really,
yeah, it's kind of like I have the smaller classes, the really engaged professors, the undergraduate research, and it's more cost effective. So it's an easy decision.
Yeah, I would second that as well. And I'm from here in Ohio, but I was still looking at some schools in Ohio and some schools out of state. And Wooster was my best choice from merit scholarships, and I actually applied for additional scholarships that my college counselor here, who I had been in touch with, my admissions counselor, contacted me and said, hey, we think you should apply for this specific competitive scholarship. And so I ended up doing that. I talked on the phone with him. I had to submit some written work. And then they used my interview from when I came and visited and compared notes on how I interviewed when I was here at the college. And so for me, that was another point of help. And my family actually petitioned for more money.
Yes.
It doesn't always work. So it didn't in my case because they actually compare with what you're getting from other schools as well and saying, like, that's your next best bet. And Wooster was beating my next best bet by a little bit more than a school in St. Louis. But when we were accounting for travel costs and whatnot, we were thinking comparatively. So.
Okay. All right. Outstanding. Now, again, I know I keep asking questions, but that's my job. We've talked about financial aid. What about your majors? What were the challenges of finding the major that you wanted at the College of Wooster?
Oh, yeah. So it's funny because I initially started, I wanted to do BCMB because that's what I was told would be the easiest. Not by you. By, like, people that it would be the easiest major, not the easiest major, but the most straightforward to go to med school.
Yes.
And, well, that's changed now. I don't want to go to med school.
I know where you're going. We're going to talk about that before the end of the show.
But I still knew that I liked math. I liked science, and I liked chemistry and biology. So I just stuck out with biochemistry, and I love it. It was a great major for me to stay in.
Okay. So are your classes small?
Yeah.
Outstanding. So who else wants to tell us about the selection of their major to, while they were there upon going to the College of Wooster?
So for me, the choice to do biochemistry, it was actually, I knew coming in. So after I committed, like the April before I came, I started looking on their website, the possible majors, and I knew from high school that I wanted to do something science related. So of course I was kind of juggling between like chemistry, biology, biochemistry. But I looked at their biochemistry class and the classes, and I was immediately interested. I already kind of knew where I wanted to go career-wise as well. So I figured, like, just by looking at the course catalog, I was like, oh, biochemistry is going to give me like the best background, like the strongest background. Like I get a little bit of everything. And like I feel like even if I did change my mind on like just majoring in biochemistry, like Wooster offers like a neuro BCMB track, so I would be able to I could integrate what I learned from classes that I took for the biochemistry major into like just biology or just chemistry, or even change it to like something like neuroscience if I really wanted to.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? All right. Well, this question is for my math majors. I think I have 2 math majors there. If you're a math major, raise your hand. Don't be afraid. So, how have your courses been so far in math?
It's been good so far, in a sense that we have really supportive teaching assistants that are students as well. And because it's such a small campus and a small community, especially within math, some of our teaching assistants, well, for me, it has been like students I have classes with in other classes. And so only look at them in an upper hierarchy as a teaching assistant, but rather as a student, as a friend. So that really helps with the whole community of working together in math. Professors always have office hours as well. You can always go in without office hours And what really helps with the major is that you can also look at your professors as peers and as person. So every Tuesday we have a lunch with the professors.
Oh, great.
And they all come in, and then we come in and we just talk about everything that's not math related. I mean, we always bring up math stuff, but at the end of the day, it's more geared towards getting to know the professor as people.
Okay.
Yeah, I second that. Like, the professors are very supportive, the teaching assistants are very supportive, and also one thing that I really like about the math department at Wooster is you kind of have a little wiggle room. So in most classes, you get to explore topics that you would find interesting but wouldn't normally be taught in a math class.
Okay.
Yeah, most of our classes have research projects that we have to do, and we get to pick what we do them on. And I find that really cool.
Okay. Give me an example of a research project that you've worked on, if you don't mind.
Well, I'm currently working on a research problem involving abstract algebra and modular arithmetic. So, I mean, I just started the research for it today, so I don't know much yet, but that was a topic I found interesting. And my professor was very supportive of it and was like, go for it, you know?
Oh, I mean, y'all sound amazing. I mean, you know, okay, who are my people in neuroscience? I think I had a couple of people in neuroscience. Okay. All right, so tell my audience, what is neuroscience?
Neuroscience is the study of the nervous system as a whole. So we look at the brain, we look at the spinal cord, we're looking at behavior, and also just like the endocrine system and things like that. So it's very integrative. So it's like biology and psychology and chemistry and all these things just into one big major. Yeah.
Okay. What are some of the courses that you've taken that were specifically for neuroscience?
So I have taken Introduction to Neuroscience, and then I'm currently in Human Neuropsychology, which is really fun, really good. So yeah.
I had someone else's hand up for neuroscience. Who was that?
I'm also in neuroscience, and one of the reasons I really love it is because when I came into Wooster, I wasn't sure. I knew I wanted to major in a science, but I wasn't sure what. And so I really love the neuroscience track because it's really inclusive of all the sciences. Like, I'm taking bio classes, chem classes, and psych classes, and it's all kind of like blended together.
Outstanding. So, there was something else I wanted to know. What are some of the challenges that you've had just being in college, not being a person in STEM per se, because I'm going to get to that in a minute. But what are some of the challenges you've had going to college or leaving home? You know, I've got a young lady from Georgia. I've got Texas. I don't know where the rest of y'all are from. But what have been some of the challenges just being in college?
I know for sure one of the challenges is finding your people.
Oh, okay. You talk about that all the time, Jennifer.
Right? Yeah. It's a big thing. Building those support groups and your friends.
What are some of the things you've done on campus? Because I see some of the things that you've posted, Jennifer, from not marches, but just different activities that you've done.
Oh, yeah. Oh, where do I start? I know there are Minorities in STEM events where we hosted Justice Dialogues to talk about us and what's going on campus with that. I'm also involved in the Wooster Guitar Ensemble. Those are some of my people. And also the pre-health club, like pre-health events where we talk about how to volunteer, how to be a better candidate for medical school. What else have we done? Yeah. Anything else?
Do they have sororities and fraternities there? I'm just asking.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody considering pledging? Do you have time to pledge in a STEM?
Yeah.
Huh? I lost. Hold on. Okay, I've kind of lost something. Okay, I can hear it now. So, anybody thinking about pledging?
I pledged. I pledged this semester.
Oh, great. What sorority?
It's called Pi Kappa.
Okay.
Nicknamed Peanuts.
I'm an old school Delta, so that's fine. And the reason I'm asking that is, you know, a lot of people make the assumption you go into these career fields and that's all you do is study, 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 and more study. So I don't want people to think, well, you go to college and you just become a recluse. You have to have a life. Got to have a life.
You have to have social life.
Yeah.
You have to have a social life. Now, have y'all heard Jennifer play you know she's a mariachi, right?
Yes.
Have you heard her sing?
No.
Jennifer, you sing? Dr. Payton.
Yeah.
She's really, really good. Really good. And really loud. But, yeah, did you take your guitar to school with you?
Yeah, Tony's here with me.
I've seen the guitar.
I've seen the guitar.
Yeah. And she plays very well. So I'm glad that you found your people in the guitar program because that's something I don't want you to lose. So, yeah. But anyway, what advice would you give to some of our young people and some of our people returning back to college about, you know, going back to school or going to school or choosing a university or college to go to? And they're quiet again.
I personally would say if you don't feel right, like, don't go. Because I was pressured. So, little background. I come from, like, very strong African household.
Yes.
And my family was like, I don't understand why you just can't go to University of Georgia. Like, it's right there. It's fine. And I'm like, I don't think you understand that I don't work well in, like, big classes and bigger environments and things like that. And it was, like, a real, like, battle between, like, if I was going to go to UGA or if I was going to come up here. And it was just, like, at the end of the day, I did not feel like I could succeed at UGA. And I did feel like I could at Wooster. And so I chose to come to Wooster. And it worked out fine, financially and all that stuff. So, yeah, I just feel like if you, like, have the option, and if it doesn't feel right to you to go to one school over the other, then I wouldn't go. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
I think I would say that even if I know a lot of high school seniors during the application process kind of panic when they get their decisions back and maybe they don't get into like their top school and they kind of get scared and they're like, oh, the whole college experience is over for me or like it's ruined or whatever because I didn't get into my top choice. I would say that even if you don't end up at your top choice school for whatever reason, doesn't mean that the college experience is going to be completely ruined. Worcester personally was not my top choice either, but I came and I visited and I felt comfortable here and now I'm here and I'm 2 years in and I could not imagine being anywhere else.
Oh, that is outstanding. I mean, you know, I'm glad you feel that way because some people, you know, they go and then after the first semester they walk away.
Yeah.
For one reason or another, you know, they can't adjust or they don't like it there, or like in probably Jennifer's case, it gets cold because she's from Texas. And the young lady from Georgia, it gets cold. Does it snow up there? Yeah.
No. 2 days.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But you know, it's a challenge to make the decision to go to college, either away from home or locally. So, you know, that's when you get there, you have to make adjustments. you know, you have to study because in college, in high school, there has to be a difference in doing your homework in high school and studying for college. What do y'all think?
Yes.
So, who's the expectation of learning on when you go to college? Is it you or is it your teachers or your parents?
It's
all you. All you.
And getting up and going to classes.
All you.
It's all you. And feeding yourself. Who can cook? That includes ramen, okay? All right. Okay. So, y'all have any events coming up that y'all are going to participate in, either as a group or within other organizations that you're working with?
There is an event coming up called Expanding Your Horizons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. So basically, a bunch of young girls come to the college and attend some lectures that are about simple science that they can understand to encourage them to stay in STEM. And we volunteer to mentor them and basically like take them around and help them understand and just motivate them to stay in STEM.
Okay. I've heard of Expanding Your Horizons. So I didn't know they had it in other places outside of here in Texas because I've had to speak at a few of their events over the years. And that's great because we have to get, students more involved because think about it. You have to understand, even with y'all growing up, a lot of things have changed. You go into a grocery store and you would have 50 people, not 50, probably 15, 20 registers. Now you check yourself out. So how would you change your job skill to do that? You know, biomedical, back then you were just doctors. You were just physicians. Things have changed. So I like the fact that y'all have expanding your horizons there. Anything else coming up?
We're also doing a science day here on campus, and it's also where we interact with little kids from the community, so ages 4 to 12, I believe, who come by in one of our buildings, and we're having a station where we're making these clouds out of we're showing them how rain works using shaving cream and food coloring and water, and then talking about different meteorologists and then meteorologists of color, just to show that diversity within the different fields.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's exciting because I like the fact that you're not only showing them how to make a cloud, but you're talking about the career fields in that meteorology, and you're also talking about the people that are in those career fields, because that has been a huge gap throughout time. Me being a science teacher, I teach you about the science, but do I tell you exactly how it relates to your life? So y'all are making this culturally relevant, or making it relevant to society. Somebody keeps calling, and because I'm on with them, I cannot answer. So Gary's not putting the call through because we have to ignore it because I have someone calling in. So I'm sorry to whoever's calling. You can please message me on Facebook and let me know what your question is. I'll be happy to answer it. So, but anyway, I'm sorry, ladies. We had someone who's really calling in. So, what are you looking at doing after you graduate? Anybody but Jennifer answers this because I want her to be the last one, because she's gonna make me cry. So, what are you thinking about doing once you get your degree? And I need everybody to speak, even if you're sure or not.
I plan to go into pediatric medicine and specialize in child abuse.
Oh. What made you go that direction?
So I've always been interested in pediatrics, but then I felt like there was something missing, and then I came across the specialty of child abuse, which is very new. It's only like 10 years old, I believe, and only in certain places. Luckily, there is a discipline at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. But I read about it and I thought that it was pretty interesting and that it was something that I would be interested in because I do want to work with foster children and kids who have been victims of human trafficking. So I thought it would be a really good like interdisciplinary thing that I wanted to do. Yeah.
Ooh, that's amazing. That's something I've never heard about, and by you mentioning that, you have just opened some of my audiences or my listeners' eyes to something different. Thank you so much. Next, everybody's got to speak.
I want to go into forensics. So I'm thinking after graduation, possibly going to grad school and going to any school, honestly, that has a program that would help me in forensic biology, chemistry, toxicology, anything along those lines.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Well, everybody's got to speak. I already said that.
After I graduate, I plan on taking a gap year, and I'm not sure what I'll do then, maybe research, but then I plan on going to med school and possibly looking into, like, ER physician, because eventually I want to, like, combine, like, medicine and service, so, like, going to third world countries and working there.
Okay, next. I've only had 3.
I plan to go to medical school as well after graduation, but I do want to take a gap year in between. So I've been looking at a program called City Year, where I would help to like teach and tutor students in like an urban setting, like an inner city setting, and possibly more along the lines of public health or social work in the medical field.
Okay. Well, not long ago, I'll send Jennifer the date. I had a lady here that was a admiral in public health, and she was a public health nurse, and so that may be a show you want to listen to kind of get an idea of what her career has been like. So, yeah, I'll look at the date and get that to Jennifer so she can send it to you. Okay. All right. Who else? I know I've got 2 more.
I'm very unsure about what I want to do after undergrad, but I know for a fact that I want to get a master's degree and then possibly a PhD. But I just don't know in what subject. Like maybe math, maybe economics, like maybe I'll go to law school. I really don't know yet.
Well, this is your first year, so you've got plenty of time. Well, you've got time. Let's just put it that way. You've got time to figure it out. So you're just trying to figure out how to get from one class to another. Trust me, I totally understand where you're coming from. And I have one more.
Yes. So I'm not exactly sure which route I'll be taking because I'm also studying studio arts along with math. And the reason I did that is because I was initially interested in architecture.
Yes.
But that's before Wooster decided to cancel their pre-architecture track. And so since then, I've been diverging to various fields.
Yes.
With architecture, I see it sort of as a base towards after graduation, whether that be going to grad school to pursue the field, either as a master's degree or a PhD,
yes.
Or if not, I want to go into academia, in which I would be researching the applications of emerging technologies and the applications of mathematics in those, and specifically with regards to the blockchain technology.
Okay, you just totally terrified me. You are too smart. Oh my goodness, I am just so proud of what y'all all are doing. So now, Jennifer, I'm going to allow you to tell us what you're doing after graduation, and you're going to make me cry, so I'll be okay.
Okay. All right, so after graduation, May 13th, counting down, I accepted a position in the Peace Corps for being a math teacher in Guinea, Africa. And I'll be teaching math from middle school to, 7th grade to 11th grade. And I'll be teaching them in French. It'll be great. And I leave on July 1st, and I won't be back till September of 2021.
Oh my goodness.
I know, I'm going to be gone.
Yeah.
Have you started researching or have they told you what school you're going to be at? Have you started doing research? What do you know about Guinea or New Guinea? What did you say you were going again?
Guinea.
Because I'll mess up a word in a minute. Guinea. What do you know about going there?
So I know they're a small country. They're predominantly Muslim.
Okay.
There's a lot of different types of ethnicities, yeah.
Okay.
And different languages, different native languages, but their national language is French. I know that I could either be in a very desert, arid place, or I could be in the middle of a forest, or I could be in in a place that's not very rural, but more city, like near Conakry. I don't know where I'll be at yet. I don't find that out until literally a month or two before I get there.
Well, you go there July 1st.
Yes, I go there July 1st, and then I have a 3-month training period for the language and how to teach. In French, and then how to teach math, and then the kinds of lesson plans, and interacting with the culture, and understanding living conditions, and getting used to the food. And so, yeah.
I'm excited because we talked about this when you were here over Christmas. And because of the government shutdown, you weren't really sure what was going to happen. But I'm so proud of you. I'm extremely, extremely proud of you. Did you give your mother my number to call?
Yes, I did.
Okay, she hasn't called yet. So remind her she has to call me because we've got things we've got to discuss. So, but ladies, I am so amazed at what you're doing. I am so glad of the fact that you found your people, as Jennifer always says it. She said that even when she was in high school. These my people. But mariachi was my people. Science was my thing. That I could tell you stories about her, and they would be hilarious. But yet and still, coming up with an organization that helped you to feel comfortable and stay in school, because that's what a lot of people lack when they go away to school. I don't care if it's across the street or across the country or across the world. But for one more time, I want you to introduce yourselves, tell us your majors and what year you're in, because we've got like 2 minutes before we close.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm a biochemistry major, senior.
I'm Emma. I'm a first-year projected neuroscience major.
I'm also Emma, and I'm a first-year neuroscience major.
I'm Pragya, and I'm a first-year math major.
I'm Cameron. I'm a sophomore biochemistry major.
I'm Marissa. I'm a sophomore cognitive and behavioral neuroscience major.
I'm Alex, and I'm a math major.
So, ladies and gentlemen of All About STEM Radio, did you hear that? Did you hear what these people are doing? And this has been the College of Wooster, Minorities in STEM, some part of their organization. The other people are probably in school or studying or something like that, or resting because the semester ends when?
May 10th.
May 10th. So people are getting ready for finals and doing final projects and final papers. And so, hey, I want to commend and congratulate all of you for doing what you do. And thank y'all for coming on to the All About STEM radio show. And Gary, what is it I need to do to, well, anyway, for y'all coming on, and you're welcome back anytime. And study, study, study. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna say bye. Let me figure out how to turn this off.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was young ladies from the College of Wooster. Some of the people from their Minorities in STEM group that they started a year ago. I am so proud of all of them. I learned something today from the students. But I'm thanking my guests for being on. And again, if you'd like to promote an event or advertise here on All About STEM Radio or Fishbowl Network, please message me or email me at allaboutstemradio@gmail.com. Don't forget, Taylor STEM Adventures Texas is coming out next week. I am so excited. And as you all know, All About STEM Radio does not charge their guests. So if you would like to donate, please go on the Fishbowl Network, go to All About STEM Radio, and feel free to hit that donate button. Thank y'all until next week. Bye-bye.